Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here then just welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Apologies if you can hear Archie walking across the laminate floor and he's waiting for me to take him out, so apologies if you can hear that. Today I am doing a tag video. So I saw this tag on Emily's channel, Novelle Novels, and she very kindly tagged me to do it. So here we are. It's called the How Do You Read Your Book tag, and it was originally created by the lovely Julie at Hungry Bookworm. I'm sure you're familiar with both of their channels. They're both wonderful. Now there's only 4 questions, so I'm hoping that this video will be a little bit shorter than my normal videos for you, because I know I tend to go on, but I haven't prepared any answers, so you might want to get yourselves a drink anyway. You know what I'm like. I've got them written down here, so apologies if I'm looking at my paper. Question number 1. How do you go into reading a book? So for this, I think I prefer to go into most books blind, especially if it's a thriller or a crime book or an historical fiction, because that's not always my bag, and yet when I read them I really enjoy them. So I try not to think too much about it and just go in, because I really like to be just absorbed by the whole world, and just go right into it. So I tend to just go in with a really open mind. I'm not really a review reader. So yeah, I tend to just go in blind really, and let the book take me wherever it's going to take me. That sounds a bit far off. You know what I mean. Question 2. Do you take a book at its face value? Yes. In a previous video I spoke about The Silent Patient, a thriller I read earlier in the year, and after reading it I saw lots of people on booktuber reviewing it saying that they didn't really like it because it wasn't very real, and I completely understand that, but at the same time I loved it because I took it for what it is. It's a book, and you know, I just wanted to go with it and enjoy the story regardless. So I think I do just take books at their face value. I like to just dive in, get to know the characters, and just take it for what it is. Yeah, I judge books by their cover, but I think we all do that secretly, don't we, anyway? So it's like a cover buy. But other than that, no, I think I take it as it is. If it's a rom-com, that's what I expect. That's what I want to read. But I don't necessarily want to know the plot before I go into it. Question number 3. Do you read a book as the author intended, or go into it deeper and peel it back? I hope I do both really, because if I was an author and I was writing a story, I would want the readers of it to get my story and get the points that I wanted to come across. And for them to love the story and the characters as much as I did when I was creating them. But then at the same time, I think I'd also want them to sort of take the characters and kind of make them their own. And that's the great thing with reading, because you can't physically see the characters. You make pictures up in your own head. So I think I take it as it is. I think if I want it to be deeper, then I can make it deeper. I can ask questions, and I can go back and think, oh, what did that mean, or reread it or something. But normally, especially the light fluffy reads, the chick flicks, the rom-coms, etc., I just sort of go with it and just enjoy it as I'm going along. As you know, someone has written this and I'm reading the story that they want me to read, but at the same time sort of making the characters my own, so that I have that connection with them. Am I making sense? I hope I am. Question number 4. As a booktuber / reader / reviewer, do you read a book differently knowing you are going to review it? I definitely think that since I've been reading a lot more the past couple of years and speaking to like my friends and work colleagues about the books I'm reading, people have asked me for book recommendations. So that's always in the back of my head of like who might like this, or you know, if someone asks what am I reading, what's it about, how I would explain it. Because previously I've just sort of read the book myself and kept it to my thoughts to myself. So I think I don't necessarily read anything differently, but I do try and remember it better. I haven't got the best memory. If I read a book or like watch a film or something, I either know I liked it or I didn't. But don't ask me to like go into too much detail about it. So now when I'm reading books, I try and like make notes so that I can do wrap-ups and I can tell my friends about it. And then if someone asks me for a book, I can sort of be like, oh, that book's that kind of thing and you might enjoy that. So I love it when people ask me what I'm reading and what I think they would enjoy. But obviously everybody's so different. So I just sort of make a conscious effort to, as I say, make notes or just tab pages in a book just to remind me of, you know, what it was about and what I felt at the time and who I think maybe would enjoy it, should they ask me for anything. So yeah, so I don't think I read it differently. I do the star rating now, which I didn't before. I just used to say I love it, I want a copy, or it's not for me, I'm gonna sort of pass it on. Whereas now I'm like, where does this lie in the star ratings? And I try and be quite strict with it. And I think as I read more, I'm getting better at rating books and sticking to the rating that I give them. But I don't read them any differently. I read for fun. It's my hobby. It's what I enjoy doing. So I don't want it to become like too serious. I think maybe when you're reading fiction and non-fiction, non-fiction can sometimes be a little bit more in depth, a little bit more academic, so you have to sort of think a bit more, and maybe I'd look at things differently then. But no, I tend to just read because I like it, and because I want to just escape for a little bit. And then just hopefully if anyone asks, I'll be able to say, yes, this is a good one, this is why, and I think you'd enjoy it. So that's it. That's all of the questions. I hope I've answered them okay for you all, and I hope you're all doing really well. I'll be back soon with another tag video. So until then, be kind to yourselves. Bye guys.